Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Blue Green Ocean Road with your host, David R.R. Stenberg. Here I sit on the starboard poop deck on the westbound journey across life's unknown. What say you?
Keep going. I need a longer intro.
Keep going. A longer one, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, hold on. I gotta do one more. I got Mikey. So painful. I used to just do it. I usually just send it to the group, but that was all fucked up. I don't know why. So now I have to do everyone individually. Okay. All right.
There's different formats, like this one's on my text, the other one's on someone's
no, you
email,
guys are all
browser.
different. Some use, I don't know. All right, Mike. All right. I'm almost there. I'm almost ready to get baked. I just need one more head, and I can,
Is that an
Mike.
oil refinery behind you, or is that some kind
city.
of fantastical sci-fi city? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
How you
home
guys doing?
planet oil refinery.
You know what I just ordered? I ordered 100 Years of Solitude for
Oh yeah.
like $3.50. I want to read it
Gabriel
again.
Garcia.
Marquez.
Yes, that was good. I read that a
Yeah.
long time.
I'm going to read it again.
That was
I read it.
required reading at school one
Was it really?
years and years ago. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's this great book. I always wonder though how much is lost in translation. I asked a friend who Spanish is her first language, and she said, "Yeah, it's a different book. So quite a bit is lost in translation." And I always wonder about those things. You know.
Well, there's a couple of translations. Usually those books all come with more than one. Tolstoy, when I read War and Peace, I was going, somebody translated this whole thing. It's hard enough to read it. You know? So you can't help but think that. But the thing was genius, so I have no idea. But I had, I did look into it. That was I don't remember the translation I had, but the guy who did the one I read was hailed as the guy who really did a good job, you know.
What is it? Was it a guy or a woman?
I don't remember. The translation
I think it was a woman who had the traditional translation. She was a Russian literature scholar.
Yeah, his
She
wife
did
had
that.
a lot to do with War and Peace. She did a lot of the editing and rewrites, and it was collaborative.
Well, yeah, Tolstoy's
They were a team. And
wife
then,
was his.
I said, well, I'll
Yeah.
get another one. I got Anna Karenina. It was another phone book. I go, oh, no. I need a break, you know.
The other Marquez book I read was "Love in the Time of Cholera."
Oh, I read that one.
Did you?
Yeah, I kind of don't remember much of it, though.
It gives you this flavor, though, of like South America.
Yeah.
You know, reading these books, it kind of gives you a flavor of, they're all set in the past, unfortunately, but, not too far in the past. That's the great thing about literature. Yeah, they're made up stories, but, you get in the head, you get inside the head of someone from, another time or another place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Long ago.
Yeah.
When you read Moby Dick, he wrote it. Nobody cared. He died. Still nobody cared. And he went viral 40 years after his death.
Yeah. Moby Dick, I thought, was the really cool thing about it was like, I'd seen several different movie versions of it before I read the book. Like, I read it as a kid, as required reading in high school. But to read it as an adult is a very different experience. And what I was surprised is, like, in the movie versions, like, most of the movie, or at least half of the movie, is the actual fight with the whale. Right? All this acting sequence and all this shit, right?
Yeah.
In the book, it's less than it's not half a page.
It's sort of like
in
the
my
last
book, it
three
was not-
chapters. it's sort of like The Hunt and all that shit.
Yeah, but the actual
real
with the whale was
Yeah.
was not even a full page. I don't think it was even half a page.
It was so cool though, right? Like he's white, so he sounds. He goes
Yeah.
down, and you can see that white, just that little. Then you see it turn around, it start getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
But the motherfucker, I read that a couple times. I said, "Oh, I got again." You know, it's like
What was
Jaws.
cool was like the difference in culture at the times. Like that whole book was about the psychology of what was going on there, and also it was kind of talking about different nations, each of those guys representing different countries, and it was like all this other shit going on. But when they make a movie out of it in America, it's like all about the fucking whale and the sinking the boats, like the action part. That's modern. That's what modern people are concerned with.
It was funny, that book. Remember,
Yeah, there's a lot of funny stuff in that book.
remember the other captain, right? Like it was the mirror. They sees each other,
yeah.
right? He goes, he says, "Have you seen a whale?" He's showing him his peg leg, right? So, "Have you seen this whale?" And he takes his arm off and goes, "Yep, I've seen him."
And that was loosely based on the Essex. That
Yeah,
got
the
sunk
Essex.
by
I read
whale.
that book.
Did you?
Yeah.
I did too.
They're all New Bedford. They all come out, and the whales figured it out. They got as far away from New Bedford as they were in the middle of the fucking Pacific, and then they go all the way around the Cape. They have to go all the way up there, and there was a bull. He's like, "Oh fuck you," Here we swam all the way out here, and here you are. Fucks. Oh! I'm missing somebody. Shit. Oh, okay. I don't know.
Is he there? He was around this morning.
Yeah, he popped up, and then I didn't notice it. And then I went, just as I was about to click, here he is. Hold on. I must capture.
Capture him.
Okay. It's big time.
Yo, mama.
Say something.
Mikey, where are you?
I'm working on it, man.
Oh, okay.
There he is.
I hear your voice. Whoop, now I don't.
He's in there somewhere.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
me
tell
and
us
the
about the
sawtooth.
folk
Suddenly I'm in the
festival. How was
Oh,
the folk festival this year?
I only had tickets for 2 days. I didn't have Sunday. Friday was really good. Started off with the Eastern Medicine Singers. They're a local drum, and they have these guys. They have a bass player and 2 guitar players that play noise guitar. So they get these like beats going, and they're singing traditional songs, but these other guys are playing all this wild noise guitar around it. It's pretty cool. That's how the day started. And I saw Molly Tuttle. She was really good. Bluegrass flat picker with her band. You'd have liked her, Dave, because half her songs were about pot.
I heard there was some hippity hop down there.
Hippity hop?
Yeah.
I didn't see any myself.
You missed the hippity hop?
But let's see, who else? Allison Russell was really good, and so was Hosier. Saturday, I just stayed at the main stage mostly. I went and looked at a lot of, in between sets, I'd go to the other stages, but most of them, like this year, was more of what you would normally think of at a folk festival. It was more of that stuff. People with acoustic guitars singing in tiny whispers. Doesn't really do much for me. Kind of folk music. Saturday was going to be really good. Dropkick Murphys were playing. And,
Oh, yeah. They make me want to drink.
Yeah.
They make me want to have a big
There was
drink.
a lot of good acts, but something happened to my eyes. I thought it might have been at first. It might have been sunscreen gotten in my eye or something, but both of my eyes blew up, and I spent most of the day just over by the restroom, like just splashing water in my eyes, trying to wash them out, and laying there with my eyes closed because the sun was burning my eyes, even though I had shades on. So Saturday was a bust for me. And then Sunday, Laura said Sunday was really good. Oh yeah, Dropkick Murphys played on Sunday, and they actually had a mosh pit at the folk festival.
I ain't going in there. It's not for me. It was never for me. I never went up
What, the
front.
mosh
Nothing.
pit? Yeah, no, fuck. I don't want to do that either.
Every
I mean,
concert
you know,
I was in the back. I was in the rear watching the mayhem.
Yeah. I mean, redefining folk music, like what they've done is like in the last 15 years, redefining folk music so that there's all these different kinds of music playing. It's been really good. And yeah, punk is folk music. Absolutely.
Did you watch Inside Llewyn Davis?
Yeah.
That was great, right?
Yeah.
The Tallest Man in the World. I love that song. Hang me, oh, hang me. And I'll be dead. There you go.
Coen Brothers did that film.
Yeah.
I love their work.
Yeah.
I will watch anything they make.
DGE. Yeah, that jazz player busted his balls on that hitchhike to Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's going like G, then E minor, then A minor, then C, and he's just doing. Then he just kept doing the cowboy chords over and over again. You see that?
Yep.
Fuck you.
The people's chords.
The people's chords.
I like them. I like them because I can do them.
Yeah.
You can do a lot with them. Holy fuck.
Well, I mean, since the 70s when punk was invented, punk has been the doorway or the gateway drug for a lot of people to get into music because it's so easy to play. You learn a couple of chords, you can play it,
Did you read Marilyn Manson's book? Was that you who gave me that? Oh, that was Dave Sherman. That guy, when they started the band, the keyboard, he didn't even have a keyboard. He didn't know how to play a keyboard. So at first, he sat on the stage and played with toy soldiers until they got enough money to get him an instrument. The thing is, he said, we went up there, we did a stupid thing, right? Really dumb. Like, we had the toy soldier guy, right? And everybody laughed. They clapped, like people cheered. And he said, I was addicted right away. He said, I don't want to stop hearing that. And then, Marilyn Manson. That was a really good book. Like, he's got a, he looks freaked out, but he's got a great head, he's a smart guy.
Right. I don't know. There was some controversy about him. He got arrested for something. It was like, he felt like, oh shit, I wish I didn't know that about him.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember what it was.
Remember that kid we saw at the convenience store? He had those eyes. He had those contacts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was cool, right?
Yeah.
And he wasn't. He was playing it too, right? He wasn't he was just looking at us,
Like, what? What?
Yeah. Yeah, it was almost made me want to get a pair.
I saw a girl up in the head shop in Willimantic. She was really dark skinned black girl. But she had purple contacts in. And it just was amazing to see. It's like they were just. I was like, wow.
I'd love to do that.
I didn't even say nothing. I was just looking at her. And she goes, "They're contacts." Like, oh yeah, okay.
Oh really? I was freaking out. Yeah, you get one that make your eyes just all black, right? And you go up to somebody and go, just.
So where's Mike? He's got his background up, but I don't see her here.
Mike is under the sea.
I can hear you, but your camera's not working.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know why.
Anyways.
Working with me.
Yeah, so I finished that Jack Faust book. That was great.
Oh yeah.
It was the devil was from another dimension. It was like a creature from another dimension in this one, right? It was so good. There's one evil.
Did you ever read that Cormac McCarthy book about the devil?
I read The Road and I was done with it.
I can't remember the name of it. They were these Comancheros, and they were going around killing people for scalps. They were killing Mexicans and Indians for scalps, and making money on it somehow. I can't remember the name. It was a really good book. Actually, the guy, the antagonist guy, turns out to be the devil, Satan. He's playing a fiddle or causing all this mayhem.
The devil. Speaking of the devil, I got
really
a Trail of Tears. That's another one. I got Trail of Tears in the order. You buy 4, you get 1 free, and they're all $3-4 there on eBay. Like these booksellers, they basically got a warehouse of them. You know what the score? Like you can't always tell, but I go by hard. Sometimes I'll just search for hardcover, because sometimes then you'll end up with a library book, a used up library. But it's even got the card holder in the back, right? And they smell great. Yeah, I don't know. I love it when the book was a library book. You know, they have a great sleeve. I mean, you can keep the dust cover. Like the dust cover's great.
The smell of a book, you know. Blood Meridian.
What's
Did you
that?
ever read- Did you ever read Blood Meridian? Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian.
After I read The Road, Mike, I kind of like ran away. I'm good. Maybe, yeah, I know, I know,
Give it a
I
shot.
know he's great. I know that, but
Give it a shot.
holy shit, I had like nightmares from that goddamn
The
book.
Road was bleak, man. That was the bleakest
Oh
book
my
I
God.
ever read.
It was the bleakest.
You know, when I was reading that book, Dave, we were having it was like 2 weeks of like every day was cloudy with flurries. We had about 6 inches of snow out there. So
Yeah,
it was a lot like the world that they were in. And it was just bleak. The weather was bleak, and reading that book was like,
yeah. And I was raising kids. I had kids. Fucking,
yeah.
yeah, it was all there. Everything was there. Yeah, I had these dreams.
In the end, like the dad dies, and the kid asks him, you don't eat people, do you? He's like, yeah, no, we don't eat people.
Oh, they didn't eat him.
They ate him.
Not yet, anyway. Not yet, anyway.
Who's that? What the fuck? Admit all. I don't get it. What the fuck, Mikey? What the fuck are you doing? Joe Schmo.
You ever did. And Father says, I got up this morning.
Hey, Laura.
Hi, Dave.
You want to tell the world something? I mean, 3 people.
No, not really.
2 of them us. 1 of us twice. Tell the world. Yeah. So
Anyway, I
this is-
thought that was a really hard book. Laura teaches that book,
Which was that?
The Road.
Oh,
She has to teach that book.
oh no.
Yeah.
And then did you hand out suicide hotline numbers at the end?
Oh man.
Oh, all the coats. They're in that house and they
No
see all the coats
future.
and the backpacks and they suddenly realize what the fuck they just walked into. The trap door. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
People with missing parts.
And here
because
they
ate
come.
them,
And they're coming up the walk.
and they're coming.
They're home.
And the ocean being totally sterile. That was I was like, wait a minute, how did that ever happen? You know,
You're not supposed to know.
you're not supposed to know. He doesn't tell you what happened.
That's what would happen anyway, Mike. The lights would go out. And then
Right.
what the fuck? Right?
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what caused it. And a lot of people committed suicide. His wife committed suicide.
Yeah. Charlize Theron. That's who played it in the movie.
Oh, I didn't see the movie. You know
You
why I
didn't
didn't
see
see
the
the movie? Because I read the book, and it was too bleak. I didn't want to see the movie.
Well, it's kind of joyful, the movie, compared to the book. It's a romp.
It's a rom-com.
It's a romp.
It's full of hope.
They have the house. They use
Full
the
of
house.
hope.
The house is
It's
there.
full of hope. Holy shit.
The bunker. They find the bunker. I'm just going, stay in there. Stay in there forever. We got to go. No, you don't. You don't have to go. You really don't. Stay in the bunker. Stay down there in the hole with your canned food.
I guess the hope was, the hint at hope was that they found mushrooms growing.
Yeah.
And they ate the mushrooms.
You find those flattened apples around the apple tree? They were just like, I know it. I've raked them up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. We live another afternoon. Now we work on getting through the night and then tomorrow. What the fuck? You know?
Well, so much of the world was like
Fuck that
that. It
book,
was an
man.
illusion. The future and the past were illusions for so many generations.
Well,
You just
in a
thought
way,
of the day-to-day survival of just getting through the day. Was,
in a way,
was
that's all
great
we
enough.
have. Even in our world, that's really all we have.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean the rest is an illusion, of course.
Yeah.
We
Your
just
memory's
figured
not
out how to
really
get along
accurate.
in this one. If they
Memory's
change
not
it out
really accurate,
suddenly, it'd
and-
suck because we're not like I mean, we could. Man, I want to learn how to fucking hunt and gather now. You know, if I was born into it, sure, my dad would have showed me how to do it. Would have fucking been great. Would have been fine. You know, people who live in the middle of, you know who'll make it? Like, we fuck up, right? People in the rainforest. The hunter and gatherers will be just fine. You know?
That's right.
That'll be it. That's how that, you know, we've probably done this before.
Yes, I mean, there's been catastrophic events, all throughout man's history. And it's those that could take care of themselves so that they do just fine. It's civilization that can't. If you depend
People
too
who are
many
the
foreign
most
other
remote-
resources, if you have to depend upon others, other resources and other ways of doing things, when it collapses, then you have to take care of all that stuff on your own. But if you don't have the skills, then you suffer and die.
I think the people who are the most remote will be all right when
Yeah.
this one crashes.
Yeah,
the
the ones
hunter-gatherers.
right.
So long as their ecosystem doesn't trash with them, I mean, then. Hey, have you noticed that we don't get as many bugs on our windshield as we used to?
Yep.
I think we're the only generation left that remembers how fucking covered your windshield would be in the summer.
Yeah.
Right? Just by driving around,
Yeah, no, the kids don't understand. Like, it's
Well,
an
they don't
actual
have-
thing.
We killed them all. I mean, we broke the planet, man. We seriously did.
We didn't break the planet. We just made it
We made
more
it.
difficult for us.
That's what I mean.
That's right.
You know what I mean, goddammit.
Man, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Earth 2.0 with plastic.
Yeah. It's off to Mars, baby.
If we can't take care of this planet, how are we going to geoform Mars?
Oh, you know what? If they could, just do it here. You know?
Right.
This is like a broken car. Up there is like, you got to start. Now you're going to
There's
start.
no car.
There's no car. You just got dirt. You're going to start digging up metal, melting it, and shaping it into things.
So have you seen any of the Olympics?
Yeah. Oh, the girls relay, they beat Jamaica. I'll send you the link. It's fucking
US
chilling because actually
US
they film it right too. Because the handoff, they were perfect. They were up on just those girls. The surfing too, right? The surfers, they just go through the tunnel. They come out there, they're still standing, and then they just go over the don't even fall down.
That's in Tahiti too.
Fuck me. I thought it was
French
French Guiana.
Polynesia.
French Guiana.
I thought it was Tahiti. I
French
don't know. Could
Tahiti?
be wrong.
It could be French
I was
Tahiti.
looking for
Tahiti
the
is
girls'
French.
volleyball competition. When did they play that? Or
Oh,
is
it
that
was
too
Everything's
quick?
happening
what?
early in the morning, you know?
I watched
Oh
one,
man.
and they were filming it from behind, like not at the net, not looking at the net, like behind one
Yeah,
team.
'cause
the
that's-
back of the
why
heads of
else
the
would you
front.
watch it?
It was stupid, right? The other one was ping pong. They were doing ping pong that way too. It was like
I watched
I didn't watch
the
it. Long.
Dutch girls against the Chinese. Who were they against? Oh, Dutch girls against Brazilian girls.
Doing what?
That was a good match. Bikini volleyball.
How about basketball?
I haven't seen any of that.
Oh, it's fucking great. Oh, they're great. They are great.
Who won the relay? Who beat Jamaica? Did the United States beat Jamaica?
I don't know. I just got that clip. I got like I got one of those like tickety tock clips, right? The camera's just following our team as they hand it off, and I mean they're cooking, and then you can hear the crowd fucking going nuts and shit. It's great. It's fucking great. It's the camera work more than anything else. Like I saw one synchronized diving was pretty good.
That's
right?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just some of them are filmed good, you know what I mean, and some of them just suck. Like I would have watched more ping pong. Swimming too, the medley. I used to do the medley when I was in boot camp. Every Sunday we did it. I did the butterfly, and we won every week. So
Nice.
that's my thing. When I was 17, yeah, I was a fish.
Yeah, the 17-year-old Canadian girls just kicking ass.
Yeah, well, I'm
Doing
not
that, doing the butterfly.
I was the best swimmer in Chicago that summer or winter. It was like middle of winter. So the butterfly stroke. I got that because it was the hottest one, and the medley.
Yeah.
And I got
I
away from
saw
boot camp for a while and got in the pool.
this morning. I saw some ladies archery.
Oh
and,
yeah, I watched archery too. Yeah. What, Korea and
They were both Koreans competing against each other to try and go on to see who goes on to the next.
yeah, they win all the time, don't they? The girls, the Korean
win a
girls,
lot,
South Korea. Yeah, that's fun to watch. I've watched that. I've watched the other
That's
ones
70
too.
yards, Dave,
Yeah.
or 70 meters. So it's maybe a little bit more than 70 yards, but that's a long shot.
Did you see? I noticed this, right? When they release, they let go, and the thing spins, like after when they release, and the boat comes around, right?
They dropped the boat.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
never did that. I was taught like to freeze, and
So they have these big stabilizers on their boat,
yeah, the
right?
big weights.
So usually when you're shooting a recurve, you grip it, right? But when you're shooting something like a compound bow, you keep your left hand open and you let the bow fall.
Yeah.
After you shoot. You freeze, but you let the bow fall and then you catch it, right? But with a recurve, usually you grip onto it. But with those big long stabilizers, you don't have to grip it.
Yeah.
So it's loose in your hand. You let go, and the thing, they have it strapped to their wrist, and they let the thing just fall right out of the way. You have to stay still.
Yeah.
You let the bow do what it's going to do, because the stabilizers will keep the arrow going through and straight out the bow.
Yeah, compounds are great. I had one. I kept backing up. I said, can I hit it from here? I can, right? So I walk a little further. How about here? Fuck, I can, right? I kept walking. I walked almost all the way up to the clubhouse, and I was still hitting the thing. Those are great. Yeah, you just line the thing up. But I was always just freeze. That's how I shot a musket too, like a Civil War musket, powder and midi ball, right? Yeah. When I shot it, I froze like I was shooting an arrow. I just went well, actually,
that's how you shoot. That's how you shoot a rifle too. You freeze.
A lot of people move.
Don't move.
Don't move.
Don't move. The gun's gonna move you.
Yeah.
You just gotta hold still and follow through.
Like Desert Eagles. What the fuck?
First time I shot a deer with my black powder rifle, I just swore I missed because, I had only hunted with a bow before, and you have to be really still, and you're still until the arrow hits the animal, and then you can see it.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Goes off but
now you're shooting
artillery.
artillery.
I shot this deer, and it was just the thing,
yeah.
And the big cloud of smoke, I couldn't see the deer, and I was like, oh, I missed. I wished I had my bow because I would have hit that deer, But I got down to check it out, and the deer was dead like 30 yards out. And it was a perfect shot. It was a perfect shot,
Yeah.
But I swore, because of the recoil and everything, I swore I missed,
Yeah, I didn't know either. I actually just yelled, die Johnny Reb, right? And then the guy looked through the scope, right? He says, oh, you got it in the black. I got it. I got my Reb, right? He says, you want to shoot it again? I says, no, I never want to shoot this again. I got my Reb. A moment later, a cannonball took my head off. So I did my part,
We were up in Burlington in April for the eclipse. There was a guy who was doing this axe throwing thing next to a bar. Everybody's outside drinking. He says, all right, this is how you do it. So I threw the axe, and it was a perfect throw. And he says, you want to do another one? I said, no.
I'm going to get somebody's tire.
Yeah, next time. Well, it was in a cage, like it was in the back of a semi-truck kind of thing. But, people were drinking and then going and throwing axes.
Oh, I got that. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm going to go away with this story. It's the only one I got. Shooting one of them. Maybe I can get another bullseye. I don't know. I'll just do it again. Just freeze. That's the secret. Just freeze.
Follow through as much as you can.
Yeah, with shotgun, no. You just keep moving. And trap, you just keep moving.
Yeah, that's why I can't hit nothing. Because I don't shoot.
Yeah, it was like two skills. It was like two different things.
Yeah.
Pistol was a little different too. It was like push and pull. And use a revolver.
I had a friend who used to go trap shooting and rabbit hunting with his dad and all. And he was a terrible shot with a rifle. Or with his bow. He missed so many deer, But then one day he had a shotgun with slugs, and the deer came running by him and shot over his shoulder like that.
Yeah.
And put it right through the heart. You know, it was like a perfect shot because he was used to shooting that way.
Yeah.
Like shooting at rabbits, you know.
Yeah, there was a couple of years there. I could have got a lot of partridge up in Vermont if I wanted to. I was pretty good, but I never got the desire. I did a couple of times. I don't know. I get it bothers you too, but you know, it's just fuck. Oh, look what I've done.
Yeah, well, you still did it if you're eating a chicken from, you know.
I know, man. But I didn't see the feathers come down from the sky and shit. You know. I wounded a bird once. That sucked. I had to finish him off. I hate. Yeah. It's all them memories. They never happened in the drive-through. Didn't have like PTSD after.
Well, a lot of time it was not. You know, it was for necessity, not for sport. You know, it was like, if I don't get this meat, we're going to be eating rice and beans all winter. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, fishing. I
when you got kids, you know,
bad for fish too, but I could do that. So I don't know. I could kill a fish.
You didn't ask to be a predator; you were born that way. You can do that. It wasn't a choice.
No, it's not my fault. Thanks, world. Thanks, Jesus. Making me bloodthirsty. Evil, just a nightmare to everything on this planet. Everybody's hiding. There's all these animals are like hiding behind rocks and shit, looking at us. Go, what the fuck?
Well, that's what you get when you're top of the food chain.
Yeah, that's what you get. That's right.
I was talking to a guy who was a butcher.
Yeah.
And he worked at the slaughter. He killed them.
Oh, the knocker?
Thing to the head and killed him. And he said, you know, it was a job. He had to do it. There wasn't any other jobs where he lived, you know, and all this, you know. He said, but the worst part of it was the animals, after a while, started to stay away from him. Like, he really likes dogs and cats.
Oh, yeah.
And, he really likes animals.
Vibe.
But he's this butcher. He works at this place, you know. Yeah. And he said animals all stayed away from him after a while.
Maybe you smell it.
Maybe. And he was bummed out by it, too.
Yeah, well, it's a job. Like those women that have to sort little chicks. Like they throw the males into a fucking shredder.
One shoot for the box. One goes in the dumpster.
They throw and then some of them don't get in there, or they get injured and they fly out. They're like on the floor, flopping around, because they're like at an assembly line. Girl, boy, boy's garbage, you know.
Right.
Fuck.
Boy goes into the dumpster chute.
They make that pink slime for your chicken McNuggets out of those little ones.
Yeah, pots. Those are nuggets.
Just throw the whole thing in the grinder and
slap some
breadcrumbs on it.
Yeah.
Feathers and all.
The only thing they don't use is the spleen. But they power wash it. Like they make sure everything's off it. It's the only thing they gotta hum. They can't. I don't know what the fuck in the spleen, but it's like against a lot of. They get everything off it. They wring it out like a motherfucker. They make bologna. They make tube meat.
Tube meat.
That's what I was on a dairy farm once, a big, huge dairy farm, and the guy talked about the cows that were going off to slaughter. He called them bologna cows. Oh yeah, that's where we keep the bologna cows.
Yeah, once they stop milking, they turn them into bologna.
They get too old to breed and milk and breed and milk and breed and milk. They just bologna.
Sad state.
They kept a Big Mac container on the wall, nailed to the wall. I said, "What's that for?" He says, "Oh, that's to keep the cows motivated."
Oh man.
That was pretty cool. It was a big dairy farm up in upstate New York. They had 500 cows, that were milking at the time. 900 acres under cultivation.
I seen small ones. Back when I was
So I
little.
went up in the. He let me climb up in the combine. You know, I'm looking around the combine. I noticed I got a tape deck. He's got Grateful Dead. Guys listen to Grateful Dead while he's like mowing 800 acres of corn. You know.
Yeah, friend of the devil's a friend of mine. Yeah, sure. Why not? In the sun. I always like them. I wish now instead of the tractors I had, I should have gotten one of those little bit bigger ones, like the one Knight had, like, or even gone up there, seeing if I couldn't have bought one he had in the, just sitting around broken, or just half running, or found somebody. There were plenty of them around. Should have got them. I worked hard on them little ones. I was always working on it.
Yeah.
The bigger one would have been better.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the market for one, depending on my finances. I'm hoping to get something before winter.
You could
Something
get
I can plow my driveway with.
Get an old one with a bucket. Yeah, the rams on it. Some of them are just you just pull and they release. They're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'll pick up boulders and shit. You could carry all your
those old tractors. Like my grandfather had a Sears 12 horse.
Yeah.
But it had 3 speeds and it had high, medium, and low. And low, you could do a lot of work with 12 horsepower.
Yeah.
You could pull things. You could do a lot of work with that thing. So I'm looking for something like that. Something a little bit bigger with a bucket.
But some of them, the mid-sized ones are pretty tippy.
Yeah.
Just gotta be careful with that. And yeah, that's the only ones. I
know a guy. He was an old guy, and he was mowing his lawn with one of those Cub Cadets.
Yeah, I've been on 2 wheels before.
And no, it went over and it pinned him to the ground.
You gotta be ready for that shit. I've stood up. I've been on the side of one, like the little ones, right? I was going over. Yeah. I'm just like
stuck
ready.
there overnight. He was stuck, and there was these really wicked thunderstorms came in overnight. He was still out there stuck because he was living. He's an old guy living all by himself.
Sure.
And then someone came by the next day. A guy used to come by and check on him every day, and found him out in the yard, still under the tractor. Like
there was a guy, those canyons, like Grand Canyon, right? They got all them places to go. Like so he had them the 4-wheel fuckers. What do they call them? The track vehicles or whatever. You know what I mean?
ATVs.
They have 4 tires, the 4-tire ones, right? Anyway, he had one of them. He had all his gear in the back. He lived out there all his whole life, right? He knew what he was fucking doing, right? He was wicked prepared. He flips, and the thing lands on him, and he's stuck under it, right? And the water's right behind him, but he can't reach it. His pack is right there. The thing's on him, and everything he needs is just out of reach. So he's laying there, and at night he could see a porch light, but in the distance you could see people. And the coyote started to fucking take an interest in him, But he lived. I don't remember how it ended. Somebody found him, just like your story ends. That part, I never forgot that. Just laying there. He said the water was also his weapon. Yeah, I mean, he had everything he needed. He just couldn't reach it. And they were getting more bull by the minute. A lot of people die out there. There was another lady, just inexperienced. She had a backpack. She went left, right, left, right, and suddenly she went, how'd I get in here, right? She just took a couple, you know what I mean? It's just like fork. Oh. So then she does a real bonehead thing. She puts her pack down, right? To cover more panics, right? And then she couldn't find a pack. And then she found water, just this drip out of a rock, right? And she stayed there like forever. Like she found, because you can find plastic containers everywhere. So now she's thinking, I can't just stay here forever, right? But I don't want to leave the water, So she left, and I think she found the water again. She was like, oh shit, and came back. And then some Indians found her. Finally, she got found. But
yeah, that's a place I would not want to get stuck out in.
No, it's easy to do if you're not paying attention. I did that in a ship once, right? We have all these voids, these empty voids in the side of the ship that do nothing but hold fuel or fresh water and shit. and they're shaped all weird. They're up against the hull, right? So the access opens, right? So you go in, and then you can take a right, and then a left, and I got like 3 in, right? And I went, you should stop now, right? And then I was like, oh yeah, check, and then I remember I went 3 in, and I wasn't even sure if I said, okay, I know I've been in 3, so yeah, and I got out, and I never did that again. I never went anywhere near the voids.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Bad decision. That ship almost killed me a couple of times. That'd have been the worst, because they bolted me back in, and that's just where I would have been until they turned the ship into fucking razor blades, So look, where's that? They thought I was UA. They were looking all over the place for me. And that's where I was. I was in a stupid void.
Well, glad that didn't happen.
Oh yeah. Or maybe it didn't. And
another universe where that did happen.
Yeah.
Out there in the multiverse.
About there. There's another reality. I fell off the ship.
Yeah. There's one where you became a captain.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Captain Stenberg.
Yeah.
I'm the Nimitz.
Can you fly a ship?
Hey, it's not that unreasonable to think about. Remember Mike Falcione?
Yeah.
He ended up being
Tugboat.
a captain of. He's a merchant marine. He ended up being a captain of some kind of tanker or something.
Tugboat.
Tugboat.
Oh,
yeah,
that's the hottest yet. Matter of fact, he piloted everything. Like harbor master. I don't know how far he went up, but yeah, he was the guy you went to see when you wanted to take your big giant ship in. I saw him once over at the gun club with his father.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Said hey to him. Didn't talk to me long. He's a weird guy.
Yeah, last I saw, he had some kind of bars on his, he was some kind of captain. His wife kept his Facebook account open. He married a Peruvian girl. He's got a family out there, and she kept his Facebook account for some reason.
He's a funny dude.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He was a wicked.
Yeah, I don't remember what he died from.
Nah, probably.
What?
Yeah, Mike Falcione. He's dead now. He's gone.
Well, I guess we're all at that age, where
Yes,
so many things can get us. So many things.
This is a Star Trek episode.
We're done.
The deadly
We've lived
years,
past
remember?
our usefulness.
That's right.
No.
We've already raised our children. They're old enough to breed on their own now.
Done.
Yep.
So we're useless.
Our DNA
That's
is
right.
satisfied. Are you happy now, you fucking DNA?
That's right. DNA is looking for ways to do us in now.
Well, maybe heart disease, maybe cancer.
Blaze
Maybe
and
just a
glory.
dumb decision.
You know what?
Dumb
If you
decision.
have a last
Senility.
thought, about, man, I didn't think it was going to be this. Yeah?
This.
Oh, no, not the bees.
Jesus.
Oh, no, the bees.
It's too hard to run. I might as well just lay here and let them sting me to death. Fuck it. Too much work.
Just give up.
I'm
Fuck
done.
it. I've had enough.
Oh man.
I don't even want to see what happens next. Just take me now.
That's right. Too much work. Survival's too much work. I'm tired.
First time I read 100 Years of Solitude. I want to get through that.
Oh, good. That's a good read. I don't know. It's even as an English translation, it's a decent story.
Yeah.
The one I had was good.
Magical realism. There's no not necessarily any type of consensus reality. It's just an illusion.
It's like
And
a
then
dream.
and,
It's
and
great.
then all the people with the same name, the generations with the same name, and you get confused about which Aurelio they're talking about,
You sort of a feeling. It was like you went
I don't know.
there.
It's good. Enjoy it. It's good. there's a reason it's good. Like there's a reason it's a classic.
I
You know,
just
and it
remember
was,
thinking that it was great when I was done with it. I was like, wow. I didn't even want it to end. Like I was getting near the end, so I'm gonna have to leave this place soon. You know. It's. I don't want to. I don't want to do. There's so little left. That's all I remember about it. It was a while ago now. I think. Oh, I
this
read it
was,
when he
wait,
died.
this
You're
was
the one that
100
told me about it. You asked me if I'd ever read it, and I said no.
Which one was this? Is
When
this
he
100
died,
years
I guess he died, and you mentioned
Which
this.
one?
Did the author?
What book?
Huh? 100 Years of
What book was
Solitude.
What is it?
You recommended 100 Years. No, you asked me if you said that the author died, right?
Yeah, he's dead. He's
When he
gone.
died, you said, "Hey, what so and so died," right? And I said, "Who's that?" And you said, "Oh, you never said. Do you ever read 100 Years?" I said, "No."
Oh, okay.
And I went, "Oh, all right." And you went, "Yeah, you must." And I went, "Okay, I will." And then I did. Yeah, it was a while ago. It was a long time. Actually, when he died, whenever that was, that's when it was. You know.
It was a while ago.
And you were right. And now I want to do it again. Again.
I remember I read the Glass Bead Game, you know,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't read the forward, right? And it's supposed to be a comedy, right? But I didn't understand that,
Mm.
because I didn't read the forward. Someone tell me how funny it was.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the comedy part because it was like German comedy and translated into English somehow. It was like,
I don't
what's so
remember
funny?
it as a comedy either. It was just
Yeah,
like,
apparently it's a comedy. Like that's when after I read it, I read the introduction and the forward and all that, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's known as this really funny book.
huh. Diving
Yeah,
off
that's what I
of
said. I
Oh.
said, huh. Did you read that one, George? The Glass Bead Game
No. Nope.
by Herman Hesse?
Hesse. It was
So
all right. It
the-
wasn't like I don't know. I spent a lot of time confused.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because it was a comedy. You didn't know.
Siddhartha, wasn't it?
It was
Sid
not a
Arthur,
game
yeah, he
either.
wrote that one.
It's a game you could never play. You know, you couldn't like come out here in the world and like put it together or make one and play it with, you know, it's like
Huh.
the glass. Yeah, it was like it's hints. I guess maybe you could. Maybe there's a because I remember looking for it, like you know, like Glass Bead Game by Parker Brothers. You know, it's fucking. You know what I mean? Where's that
Oh,
at?
man.
No.
Science was religion,
Yeah.
but it was religion too. It wasn't real good science. It was still religion, and they were like the wizards and ruler priest class. It was weird.
What German did I read that I liked? I don't think
I haven't read much. I saw a cool limited series. That was
German TV like or German
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah.
There's a lot of good foreign science fiction out there. I've seen some good Korean ones.
Yeah. Was that one that they go to Io? They don't make it.
They don't make it.
They land badly. Or something.
Oh.
I don't know. He's the captain. I
Couple of
found
good-
something.
Couple of good Chinese ones too.
Yeah, it was like that,
Like-
and it was found footage, sort of. Like it was done that way. Well, it was like it worked because there were cameras all over the damn ship, right? So not found footage, but it played like that. Like you would see some of the action, like in the where they ate. You know, like two of them would be talking, you know, and the third one come in, and you know what I mean. You catch a piece of that drama, shit like that. And then the end was well, it ended badly. See, it wasn't bad though. It was good because it was one set really.
Was that wasn't the Europa Report?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, it's the report. That's the last thing she did. She got it. She transmitted. Oh, it all been for nothing. I mean, you know, like we found things. We found
Yeah,
something.
we found things and they killed us.
Yeah. No, she did a bonehead thing. She went. And said, "No, come back here." She come running after it. And then, yeah. It's like Matt Damon. planting his potatoes and shit.
Oh yeah.
I gave it. I like The Martian. That was a good book. I read the book before I saw the movie.
There were some things that weren't, but you know, you can't get too literal with science fiction. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fiction. You know what I mean?
It's no fun.
So
Don't give me that. That wouldn't happen.
yeah, that
Well,
wouldn't
I
happen.
know that already. You know. Fiction. Big.
Jed loved to do that. He loved to go watch a science fiction movie and just criticize all the science in it.
No, those aren't the ones. The serious.
like,
They're
Jed.
trying to be serious. That's when you
like,
attack.
No, man, you don't do that. What do you? When you get on a roller coaster, you just go, What's the big deal? It's just a track with wheels. No, you don't do that.
No, you
just
scream
go
your head off.
analyzing the thing. You put your hands up in the air and you go for the ride. You know.
You're vomit on everyone.
Sometimes it's unavoidable. I mean, sometimes the science is so bad that you're like, all right, I can't ignore it. But
Well, you know, like if there's a
You can
movie
try
that's
and
trying to
suspend-
be serious, not sci-fi, but anything that's trying to be serious and they're blowing it, you can have fun with that one. You know, the hell you thinking?
there's a comedy series on BritBox that I've seen. It's an Irish. This guy, he wears a dress. He pretends to be this mother of this grown family in Ireland, and he's always just going off script and like he'll talk to the audience because it's filmed in front of a live audience. It's done like play style, like a play, and it's wicked funny because his comments that he just comes off with, he'll try and make the other actors break character and laugh,
Oh yeah,
and they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Carol Burnett show.
Yeah,
It's called Mrs. Brown's Boys. If you ever get a chance to see it, it's one of the funniest things you'll ever
Right.
watch.
probably. There's
guy's
30
really,
Rock did
really
it once. They did it live. They did it live for real. 30
What was
Rock.
this, live?
Yeah, they did
Third
one
Rock?
live. They did it live in New York, and then they did it live again for L.A. Well, for California. And there was one
Nice.
part like, Tracy Morgan's running around and says, "It ain't funny unless something goes wrong." He kept saying that, right? So yeah, you understand, right? So they say they're talking like at one point, then like, so they talk, and then a picture on the wall behind him just falls off the wall, right? And he goes, like, yeah, I was that was funny. I remember that was just. Well, you do. If you want to do Tracy Morgan, you have to pout.
It's
That's
funny that they call that breaking the third wall when you wink at the audience or talk to the audience in the middle of something like that.
Yeah,
And that goes all the way back to Shakespeare, and people still love it still today.
that's Deadpool right now. That's Michelle Nichols' new movie. Are you gonna go see Michelle Nichols' new movie?
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Does she get
She
naked?
plays the blind roommate.
She what?
Deadpool. She plays the.
Unbelievable. Did you just say what I thought, or did I just hear it, Mike? Was that just my head?
What?
No.
Well, you're
Plays
laughing
the
so.
blind roommate to
I don't know if I
Deadpool.
hallucinated that. Yeah, it was what, Star Trek 5? Was it 5? She was
Was
up there dancing with the feathers. Over.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't working for me, man.
She helped a young boy get through puberty.
Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah, when she was on the bridge, sure, in the 60s. All those girls. In the future, women will wear mini skirts
Yes.
everywhere.
They had to have it. It was an optimistic future.
Yeah, it's very
Had to give us
optimistic.
something to look forward to.
Yeah. There was going to be the Chinese and Russians and Vulcans and black
Don't worry,
ladies.
space will be fun. We were all going to be astronauts.
Yeah.
Don't worry, kids. Space will be fun.
It'll be
There'll
great.
be girls in miniskirts.
Yeah. Space
I
girls.
can't wait to go to space.
Yeah. You kiss her, she
Just don't
floats
put on
away.
the red shirt.
Yeah, don't put on the red shirt.
That book was pretty
Wait a
good,
minute.
Red Shirts. That book I read, Red Shirts. It's
Oh yeah,
They realized that it says what the fuck is going on? It turns out they're in a bad TV show. It said this is written badly, like all this ridiculous shit. It turns out they're stuck in it, right? So they have to go to LA and see the real like people who are making it. Say you gotta stop making this shit because we're actually living in it. You know, it's like remember that one the Black Mirror, right? Everybody was saying like it was like they stole
yeah.
it from Red Shirts. Red Shirts came out first, right? So he did a tweet. The guy who wrote it says, "I saw it. It was great. I don't see really. I see like there's that one little thing, but No, they're not alike at all. And he liked it. He's all for. He says he thought the Callista was the.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that was
Whatever the name of it was, he liked it. You know, but it was good. It was fucking good.
I thought so.
We're in a shitty movie because it was really dumb. Like it was like nobody would go near the science officer because he'd grab you for a away mission and you were dead. That's just how you died, right? So he's walking through the passageway and he's the new ensign, right? And everybody's like, you can see him all just like disappearing or giving him a wide berth. And then he says, "You want to go on an away mission with me?" He says, "Yeah, sure, yeah, absolutely," you know. And then he finds out that he's just seriously fucked up by saying yes to it. He said, "No, you didn't say yes to him, did you?" Because like the department he's in, like the lieutenant in charge of him was missing, like just like disappeared and came out, and then they were like saying, "Oh, yeah, you're screwed." And then he fucked. And they kept they weren't helping him, right? The next time they showed up, they disappeared again. Yeah, it was great. It was fucking great. Then they figured it out. It was so. One guy knew. The engineer knew. This crazy guy. He was like in the ventilation system, right? And they finally hunted him down. Like they said, "What the fuck is going on?" And he says, and then he told them. He said, "You're not gonna believe me." He goes, "You're not gonna fucking believe me, right?" He said, "We're in a TV show, and it's written badly, and you're next." So yeah, man, it's fucking. Yeah, Redshirts, man.
Yeah, I want to read that one.
Yeah, you get on mine up if you want. I'll give it to you. I fucking love that. It's not what I'd probably read again, but I had a lot of fun running through it the first time, you know?
Yeah.
It was great. It was just... Because at first you're going, oh my God, what the fuck? Because, you know, like Philip K. Dick does that. He'll dig this real big hole, right? He says, no way you're going to write yourself out of this, right? No fucking way. You know, and then he does. So anyway, this guy did the same thing. You know, it's just like not as well. Phil K. Dick was a master.
It's like the last book in the Dark Tower series, the Dark Tower.
Yeah, he pulled it off.
You know, like how is he going to end this thing? How could he possibly end this thing?
He didn't know.
He didn't know. I know but then he did it. He pulled it off.
Well, we knew he
like
knew.
The only way it could have ended.
Yeah. That was the one we got. He goes, okay, I got an ending. I know what the Dark Tower is. Here, you want to read it? I go, yeah, I do. Oh, man, the ending.
I wish I could go through that. I wish I could have that experience again where I didn't know the series and could read the whole series again.
Yeah, parts of it. I've read the ending a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's like that movie Moon. I really like that movie, but I won't watch it again because I know the punchline.
I watched it a bunch of times. I like the music in it. I like Sam
I wish
Rockwell.
I wish I could have that experience again of seeing it for the first time.
Oh, it's really good though, right? Do you ever see Mute?
No.
Mute's that same universe.
Oh yeah.
It's the same world. It's like MASH. It's like two doctors. They're two doctors, and it's good. It's actually good. It's not MASH, but it's MASH-ish.
MASH-ish.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good, actually. Mute. This guy can't talk. He's not those guys. Nah. He did something else this recent, too. It's good. Duncan Jones. Anything he makes, watch.
Yeah. Talented guy.
Oh, and Kevin Spacey's the fucking robot. I watched L.A. Confidential just recently. I'm not going to not watch that movie because he creeped out. I don't give a shit. I don't care. That movie's great. And he gets shot, so...
Which one? Who's in that one?
L.A. Confidential.
Russell Crowe,
yeah.
Kevin Spacey, that Australian Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce.
And the other one who's... the hell's that guy's name? That'll do, Pig. That'll do. What the hell's
that guy.
Yeah.
I never.
That's very well done. It's an excellent movie.
I never saw it.
Kim Basinger, I think.
It happens to be on that laptop I gave you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
very good.
What's the other one? Promising Young Woman.
All right.
Like I said, she's not drunk, so you'll be able to get through the first scene. Because otherwise, you wouldn't make it. You'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, L.A. Confidential is... I've seen that. I've watched that one a lot. That's up there, like. Not
Oh,
10,
Danny
but
DeVito too. How
7
can you
maybe.
forget Danny? Danny DeVito's in it as well.
Yeah, yeah. He's a tabloid guy.
Right. He actually plays an actual person that lived back then.
Hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hush
there's
Hush
this famous
magazine.
famous
It's the tabloids.
photographer that always caught these like really compromising pictures of the starlets, the stars, the
Oh,
Hollywood
they're
people.
smoking weed.
Oh, yeah. Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Uh,
I think I
Hophead.
did see this one. Yeah.
I mean, you
Hold on,
probably
hold-
did. It's been a famous movie. It's been
I
around a
think I
while.
did. Yeah,
That's good. Stoppanato,
Yeah.
all those guys were real. Mickey Cohen.
Anyway,
I saw that one you guys recommended was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was really good.
That was good. Yeah.
About the Manson, again, magical realism.
I like the
No.
end. What's your name again? Right? It says, nah, it's not. That's yeah. I'm
It was dumber than that.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
yeah. Like Tex. Yeah, Tex.
The dog is ripping them out.
Yeah, I know.
He's
The
still
camera is
got-
just in the pool with the headphones on. Has no idea what's going on until it all comes splashing in.
headphones and margaritas. Man.
Yeah. He's sitting out there with the blender. Oh my God, that was great.
Well, boys, this went by quick.
Yeah, it always
Nice to
does.
see you guys.
All right. Yeah, good seeing you, man.
Till next time.